let me give you a quick introduction about him. So, Love Zohar is a seasoned governance, risk, and compliance professional and certified ISO lead implementer with over a decade of experience in cybersecurity and information security training. As the founder of Cyber GRC, he has delivered 10,000 plus hours of training to 20,000 plus professionals across 15 plus countries, empowering global teams to implement and audit ISO 27001, ISO 22301, ISO 27701, and ISO 42001 framework. Loves practical hands-on teaching style, bridge technical depth with real-world application, making complex GRC concept simple and actionable. He holds multiple certification including ISO 27001 and 42001 lead implementer, CompTIA Security Plus, ITIL V4, CCNA, and Prince 2 practitioner. Hello everyone, very good morning and welcome back to Cyber GRC in this Cyber Talks. So today's topic is interesting and most fascinating for most of our viewers because it is AI. Yes, AI is evolving everywhere in every possible industry we say. It is in finance, it is in healthcare and decision making in your company, whether it's hiring or some financial decision making because AI is booming with such a great capacity in each and every aspect of our life we know. Uh, simultaneously there we can also see the risk that AI is coming with. So because how can we cover that risk, ensure our company that it is safe or not, everything we are going to discuss in this episode. So I request you all to be till the end of this episode and take a lot of knowledge and gain everything, every aspect that you can take from this episode. Thank you. So let's begin with our first question. My first question is, what does AI GRC actually mean and why it is becoming a career path in 2026?
Yeah, hi Vidya, hi everyone. Basically, AI GRC stands for Artificial Intelligence Governance, Risk and Compliance. Okay. What are the governance, risk, and compliance related challenges that we have from a AI perspective? These are covered by the AI GRC, and it focuses on the AI systems. The focus is basically to make sure that the AI systems are transparent, ethical, safe, and aligned with the business objectives. That is the focus of AI GRC. Okay. So as we know, as you rightly mentioned, the AI systems are increasingly, impacting the market. So similar impacts we'll be seeing more and more in 2026 in the coming years, where be
Yes.
it the healthcare sector, be it the financial sector, be it the marketing sector, be it any sector, logistics, everywhere, you will see a lot of AI coming up. So that is where regulators expect accountability also for the organization at the same time, right? Because without
Yeah.
accountability, without governance, it's kind of difficult to manage the AI. So that is where AI GRC comes into play, where you establish accountability, explainability, transparency. All these aspects now come into play. Okay, so organizations can no longer rely on their AI models. They have to now rely on the governance aspect as well, how they are governing these models. Okay, and this actually has created a new professional requirement for new professionals out there, because these professionals have to understand how AIGRC works, what is their role in the AIGRC, how their role is different from the data scientist. All these things are coming up in 2026.
Okay. What you would suggest, because this is new emerging, altogether it is a new emerging field. So what your suggestion for newcomers?
Get prepared. Like, you have to get prepared, you have to get ready. For example, if somebody is in the GRC domain for last 5 years or 10 years, this is something which is inevitable. You have to come across this. This is coming up now, this is already here. So I think
Yeah.
now it's high time you have to get prepared, you have to get ready. So go for ISO 42001, get practical hands on it, it's one thing we would highly recommend, right, Jayant?
Yes, definitely. This ISO 42001 will be a breakthrough in this career. Basically, it is a must knowledge and certification. One should have it to excel themselves in AI governance. Basically, maybe after this we have AIGP and all. That is all comes next, but this will be the stepping stone for them.
So
Exactly.
is it okay to say that someone who is already in this domain is easy for them to adapt everything easily?
Definitely yes. If you are already in this domain for last 5-10 years, for you adaptation to this AI GRC will be easier rather than somebody who is just now joining into the GRC itself, right? Because that person now has to learn two aspects. First aspect, he has to learn what is GRC. Second aspect, now
Hmm.
he has to learn how to govern AI on top of that. However, individuals who are already professionals in this domain, they only have to understand the part where they have to understand the AI aspect of the GRC. That's it, nothing else.
Okay.
Or maybe for one who is getting into this domain, first they have to go through ISO 27001, which
Yes,
talks about information security management system framework. First,
yes,
they have to understand the framework, then the standard with respect to ISO 27001. They have to come back to AIMS framework. That is how the whole cycle goes up, right? So,
exactly,
but still, it
exactly.
can be managed. Whoever is just landing into this domain, it's still good time for them to get into this.
Exactly, exactly. What they can do in parallel if they want to speed up their journey, whoever wants to join this domain now, especially people who are thinking to join this domain in 2026 for you, start with ISO 27001, like Jayant mentioned. And in parallel, you also cover ISO 42001 because the clauses, the structure is the same, right? That is where it will be helpful for you also. It's one of the important tips you can mark it down today who is watching.
My next question is, what are the most in-demand AIGRC job role expected in 2026?
Yeah, it's a very good question. So new job roles will be coming, like I mentioned, there will be new positions in the organizations. For example, you will see positions like AI officer, AI governance lead, AI risk and assessment specialist, AI compliance manager, AI ethics analyst, AI internal auditor, AI assurance consultant, third party AI manager, AI policy and controls analyst. All these are new roles which are coming up in the market, especially related to AI. And these roles will exist across all the industries, like we mentioned. It will be across the startups also, it will be across the big tech firms also, it will be across the SaaS companies also, it will be across the consulting firms also, government firms also, and it will be basically impacting all the global enterprises, I would say.
I think lead implementation as well as
So
third party AI risk manager
is
will be a backbone, right? A lot of openings might come up for risk manager, basically being a AI platform here.
That is absolutely correct.
That is one
People,
thing like somebody should focus on lead
yeah,
implementation on risk assessment, basically
yeah,
AI risk
and
assessment. Yes.
yeah, and on top of that, I would again say, Jayant, try to get your hands dirty. Try to get a practical approach towards these things, which is the most important part. Because see, here in this podcast also, we are discussing so much. We can also cover a lot of slides here also. But whoever is watching, at the end of the day, if you're not doing it, you will not be able to do it in the reality. It's kind of, it's kind of 100 times difference what we see here and what we do here. Okay, because when you will practically find out the risk related to AI in an environment, that is where you will actually learn. No matter how many slides we show you today, no matter how many slides we cover today, it they won't help you, right, Jen?
Very much. See, that is where, as a cyber GRC, we are focusing. We are specialized in implementation courses. Whatever we teach, we focus on hands-on implementation. So, we focus each one of you to implement yourself in all the standards that we are talking about. Right. Otherwise, theory is available everywhere, even free of cost. It is available definitely. But we strongly advise you to get into hands-on implementation, practical way of learning it. Yeah.
yeah,
Over to you.
I was asking, like, as a country, on what scale we are in this revolution, because we know only hardly 15 days are left for 2026. So, on what scale you would say we are? What is its status?
On the scale of AI adoption, you mean, right, Vidya? On the scale how we are adopting AI.
Yeah.
So
as a
Yes,
basically,
country,
yes.
India.
yeah. So basically, I would say, not now. I would say since the beginning of this year itself, the AI adoption is very high. Even forget about companies. Even at home, people are using ChatGPT so much. And when
Yeah.
we are using these products, we are using these agents. We are directly interacting with AI. Okay, so
No,
I
that one is we doing. That thing is
yeah.
we doing. Uh, I'm saying that when this rapid change will come and everything will boom, like this opportunity will be, some jobs will not be there, but this emerging jobs will be there. So that revolution I'm asking.
That will take some time, Vidya, because again, companies are working towards AI models. There are shifts happening. You have self-driving cars coming up, but do we see it
Yeah.
everywhere? The answer is no. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
yes, they are coming up, right? So that shift is happening. I would not say it would be coming before next minimum 3 to 4 years from now. In order for everything to be automated, okay, minimum it would take minimum 3 to 5 years from now. But yes, the important thing to understand here is not a complete revolution, rather how we are gearing ourselves towards that revolution, right, Jen?
Yeah.
See, this is something like every 5 years now. Earlier, it used to be happen in a decade. Now, this generation, it's all about 5 years. Every 5 years altogether, there will be new change in the altogether technology, basically. Now, the next word is all about people who are equipping themselves in the AI. Whoever is ready to accept and learn the AI, yes, definitely, still the job avenues are always open. Others, rest out, they have to think about
Okay, so
what
we
would
can
be their
say,
future without AI. Yes,
yeah, we can say every other day or month we could say or year that jobs are emerging, new roles are there coming up.
definitely. We do see that, right?
Yeah.
Day in, day out, we are seeing that. Yes.
My next question is how are AI GRC roles different from traditional IT GRC or information security roles?
See, it's a very good question. So, traditional IT GRC focuses on infrastructure security, application security, data security, access controls, data protection, IT risk and compliance. These are the traditional IT GRC focus, right?
Okay.
Now,
Hmm.
AI GRC is actually different entirely. AI focus on whether do we have a responsible AI or not, do we have bias, hallucination, discrimination risk or not, how are we controlling the model drift, how are we measuring the unintended outcomes, what are the unintended outcomes that are coming up, how are we proving that the data quality is maintained, whether we are maintaining proper data governance or not, human in the loop should be there, explainability and transparency should be there. All these are new concepts which are coming up, and that is why a GRC professional from AI GRC perspective should understand how AI behaves actually. Okay, not just how systems are secured. Okay, because if you are only looking at system security level, then you are only talking about infrastructure and data, that's it. But you have to understand now how AI works actually, how AI behaves actually. Why do we have issues
Hmm.
like hallucination? Why do we have issues like drift? What are the reasons behind that? That a governance professional now has to understand. Okay, and we have to be ready before
Yeah.
every company starts adopting the AI. See, everybody who is watching right now, one tip I can give you straight away. If you want to secure your career for the next 5 years, two things you have to do right now immediately. One thing, you have to start studying AI, and second thing, you have to start studying privacy. If you are not studying these two things right now, you are at a very big risk, right, Jant?
Privacy is other that we have to focus on. Maybe many of them they might not knowing the new version has come, ISO 27701 2025. That is other course that rest everybody can pick it up and gear up themselves, right? Say both these standards that we are talking about, ISO 2770 and ISO 420, should go in hand parallelly, right? That is when they can secure their job for next 5 years, as you said, law. Yeah, because most of the terminology we see like biasing, illumination, model drifting, altogether it's a new jargons altogether, right? Many of them would have not been heard about this. So it will take some time for them to understand all the complete cycle of AI. Yes, it's a high time for somebody to start in this particular domain.
Especially people who have lost their jobs recently. We have came to know that a lot of people have lost their jobs recently. A lot of layoffs have happened. So anybody who is watching, we would highly suggest you go for these two things only. Go for AI governance and go for privacy governance, and you will be in a better position definitely. Okay, whether you get a job or not, we can't guarantee you that, but from a market perspective, definitely you will be at a much better position. We can assure you that.
So it would be a kind of opportunity for individual to upskill themselves, right? Since they have
Exactly,
a break,
exactly.
right? Good time to pick it up these two certifications and be prepared for a next role in about 3 to 4 months.
And one caveat again, I would say, don't go for theory courses. If you are going for implementation courses, go for practical courses. Go for some training institutes who are providing hands on practical. If they are not able to provide it, if they are just running the slides, I don't think it's of any use, right, Jant?
No use, really no use at all, right?
Yeah. Okay. Our next question is, where does ISO or IEC 42001 fit into AI GRC careers?
ISO for 2001 is very, very important. ISO for 2001 is the starting point because it is the world's first international standard for AI management system, right? This standard basically provides you a structured framework, a structured governance framework, how to govern any AI system. Okay, it will help you to define clear roles and responsibilities, clear policies, clear procedures, clear controls, clear guidance on how to conduct AI impact assessment, how to conduct AI risk management, how to conduct AI risk assessment, how to create the policies, how to monitor the AI, how to control the AI behavior. So ISO for 2001 is basically all about AI ethics and governance, and it will basically help all the professionals to be ready to cater to this new requirement. Actually, right, Jen?
Very much, yes. You're right,
Is there
Love.
anything that
You touched upon the right point there, actually. Right. Go ahead,
is
Vidya.
there
Yeah.
anything that overlapping like both of these standards in ISO also and in this AI GRC thing also? Because both works on transparency, risk and privacy thing.
No, I mean to say, like you're talking about ISO 2770 and ISO 42001, right?
Yeah, that
Okay,
only I'm
okay.
asking.
See, ISO 27001 talks about information and securing risk assessment based out of this asset or some process oriented. Whereas in case of AI, we talk about particularly what is AI, what is machine learning. So risk assessment majorly that is the biggest point that we touch upon, risk assessment based out of AI here. There is a major difference out of it. But however, ISO 27001 stands as a fundamental for this, right? Having the
Okay.
knowledge of
Mm.
that, definitely it adds a value.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So
love. You have
that
anything to
is
say? Yeah.
that is, I think, just now Jayan sir that has mentioned that is, I think it is the most important point out of it. Like people can also go for it too, right?
Definitely they can. Definitely.
Parallelly. Yeah.
Yes, they can plan it out. Yes.
Okay. We'll move on to our next question. How does ISO 42001 help professional transforming into AI GRC roles even without AI ML background?
Yeah, it's a very important question, and it's a good question to ask because many people think that they need to have that AI and machine learning background. They need to have a
Mm.
technical understanding about how this model works before they can start working towards ISO for 2001. And it's a very big myth. Let me tell you that. Okay, it's a very big myth. It is not the reality. Okay, ISO 42001 is not a technical AI coding standard. Anybody who's watching, please make a note of it. ISO 42001 is not a AI coding standard. Okay, it's not a technical standard. Okay, it is basically a governance standards, guys. Okay, it helps you to establish governance in the organization. It helps you to establish policies, procedures, governance in an organization who is creating AI models. Okay, it basically helps you to govern the AI model structures. Okay, it helps you to create AI lifecycle controls. Okay, it helps you to create and establish a responsible AI. That is the role of ISO 42001. Okay, it helps you to actually upskill yourself from an AI governance perspective. It's not a technical standard. Don't get confused. A lot of people, we see that they say that, oh, we are not technically skilled enough to go for AI, and machine learning. These are not technically skilled courses. These are basically governance courses. Okay, these are courses where you will learn how to govern an AI. You will not be asked to create a AI model. You're not a data scientist. Okay, everybody knows that. You are a GRC professional. So, right, Jeff, you want to add something?
Yes, you basically even ISO 42001 or any of the other standards that we are teaching in cyber GRC, like whole GRC itself is non-technical. We or rather, I would insist to say it as a techno-functional role, basically. Okay, so none of the courses required you to have a technical background, no coding knowledge. Yeah, but still, it's all security best practices that you will come into this. Okay, no, not required. Technical knowledge and coding knowledge not at all required for any of the GRC courses.
If you know
But what
how a software
practical?
development life cycle works, wait, Vidya. If you know how a software development life cycle works, it is okay. If you know how to code a AI, it's okay. If you do not know, it is also okay. Don't think that if you are not sure about how AI works, how software development life cycle works, you will not be able to govern the AI. It's not a AI, software related, thing that you are doing here. It's basically AI governance that you are doing here. You are not here to replace their software with your own understanding. That is not the end goal here. Your goal here is to understand whether their AI model is working properly or not. The organization that has hired you to implement. That is the objective here. Yeah. Go ahead with that.
What practical task do AI professional actually perform day to day?
It's a very good question. What are the things that you do at a practical level on a day-to-day basis? So basically, like I mentioned, governing the AI models, okay, creating policies, creating procedures, creating roles and responsibilities, creating metrics from RACI metrics, preparing AI system inventory, preparing all the inventory of AI related assets that the organization has, conducting AI impact assessment, conducting AI risk assessment, okay, giving trainings to the employees of the organization, making them aware of AI related risk, third party AI related risk, and making sure that there is a proper responsible AI mechanism in place, proper human oversight in place, supporting the AI audit, supporting the AI related compliances which are out there. So all these are basically the few job roles for any of individual that is basically opting for AI related job roles. But can you do that without ISO 42001? I won't say that. Right, Jen? Without ISO
We
42001, all
will
this
not
is not
recommend
possible.
it's not
Yeah,
possible at all. It's not
yeah.
possible, yes.
But why
This
is
is
it not
something
possible?
important point that everybody should know their day-to-day activities when they come into AI GRC domain, basically. Right? You can just make a note of all these points.
Yeah, but why so? Why it's not possible?
Go ahead, Jen. You want to answer?
Oh, yeah. Same like this basically these standards or the frameworks that we are talking about, Vidya. It talks about like it starts from what is AI, what is governance, what is risk assessment, right? So what are the compliance which come across surrounded this to AIMS. So without knowing all these things, we will not be able to implement at all,
Mhm. Okay.
right?
How will
Yeah.
AI regulation? How will AI regulation drive AI GRC hiring by 2026?
So, like we said, the new upcoming requirement from the organization will include many things, like the candidate should know how to conduct AI impact assessment. The candidate should know how to conduct AI risk assessment. The candidate should know how to create AI related policies and procedures. The candidate should know how to create and govern responsible AI. The candidate should know about life cycle of any AI model. All these are basically the upcoming things that you will see. The requirement from the industry will force companies actually to hire the candidates who are specialized in the AI governance domain. So this is how you will see a shift. Okay, and ISO for 2001 will then become a common language between the hiring professionals and the people who are employing, because that is the first standard that they will see. See, Vidya, for now, you go into any GRC role, the first thing that they will ask you is ISO for 2001, sorry, 27001. But in 2026, you will see this shift. They will ask whether you have 42001 or not, and that is happening
Is
very soon,
happening very soon.
right, Jant?
Right, sir?
Very much. Yes,
Very much.
yes. You're
Yes,
right.
yes.
This is one of the important point you touched upon with ISO 27001 having with the 420. Definitely, it will had a big strength in their CV basically, right? Yeah, because every industry, every companies they have AI now, AI model adopted. That is where they need a people who have a experience in this governance part. See, technically something they can implement the tool, all that is fine, but they need a people who can govern it even before they implement the tools, AI tools, or even after implementing the tools. They want a people or the employees who can assess the risk out of it. Risk is something it's always there, but when it comes to AI, we are expecting like you are expected to have a dynamic risk. Basically, it can emerge in any form for you. So it is very mandatory for you to have a knowledge in this particular domain here. That is where this ISO 4200 talks about. Okay.
Uh, what are those most industries that you would suggest will hire in AIGRC professionals in 2026?
Very good
Which are
question.
those industries?
Very good
Yeah.
question, Vidya. Any regulated industry, be it banking sector, be it healthcare sector, be it fintech, be it NBFCs, you know, any recruitment and employee related HR platforms where companies are dealing with providing freelance employees, contractual employees, any e-commerce related platforms, all these are the high potential organizations where they will be adopting towards AI more and more, and that is how the demand for AI GRC professionals definitely will be there in these sectors more and more.
Okay. Yeah. Does ISO 42001 certification improve career credibility and salary potential? If yes, so how is it possible?
Yeah, it's very simple. See, when you complete ISO for 2001, okay, it itself demonstrates that you are a candidate, you are a professional who understands how a responsible AI works, who understand how you can govern an AI model, who understands how you can actually translate the AI governance into related policies, procedures, and controls. Okay, who knows how to manage the AI risk, who knows how to conduct AI impact assessment. Okay, and this is what makes you different from the market. Okay, because where AI skills are very much in demand right now, ISO for 2001 gives you that credibility in the market to stand out for now. And again, I'm telling you, all this is for now. After 1 year, after 2 years, all this will go down also. Okay, because this is right now building wave. Okay, right, Jan? After some times it
Right.
will fall also. Then we'll have something new coming up. But again, I'm saying, if somebody who is watching, if you want to secure your career for the next 5 years, go for two domains right now: AI and privacy, without even thinking. You will be, rest assured, you will be at a very, very better position at where you are right now. Yeah, either you want to add something?
See, it is already proven in IT industry. It's there in any industry, particularly in IT industry. Whoever catches the boom actually, they definitely will have a better position, salary wise, even their professional credibility, everything. Because now it's an emerging industry altogether. Yeah, it's a right time for somebody to gear up themselves and be in the market in about 2 to 3 months or 4 months, right, with the complete hands-on training. But again, I insist you to not to focus on the training where you get only theory. Focus on the practical aspects, right? So yeah, that is how you can gear up. Be ready in about 3 to 4 months. Market will open up maybe like you can you have a better credibility and potential also.
Hmm. So at the end of this podcast, would you like to add something to the newcomers to this AI GRC?
I would say to anybody who is watching, start developing the skill. Don't delay, because the sooner you will do it, the better it will be. And secondly, like Chair mentioned, go for practical hands-on approach. Don't fall for theory, because theory will not be helping you on the production. On the production, you will be alone. When in the company, the management will ask you to implement. At that time, theory will not help you. Okay, at that time, if you have done the practical, if you know how it works in reality, only then you will be able to answer the questions of the management also, because AI is emerging, remember that. Even the companies also are unsure of a lot of things, so you have to be very conscious here. If you do not do practical hands on, it will become very difficult for you. So anybody who is thinking that getting a AI lead implementer certificate for ISO for 2001 is something that you need, you are wrong. You do not need that certificate. You need practical hands-on understanding. That is what you should look for. Practical hands-on approach towards privacy implementation, practical hands-on approach towards ISO for 2001 is something that will, is the only something that will help you. That's it. Apart from that, no matter how many certificates you get, they won't help you in the reality. That is the fact of the situation, right, Jen?
Yeah, I think that is a biggest myth or confusion whole industry has it. When they talk about AI, most of them they think of having a machine learning. That itself is a big jargon for them, because when they talk about machine learning, they think of coding, right? So that is not the reality. GRC, AI GRC is not all about coding and all. You don't have to worry. But yes, as Love was mentioning, starting, take a first step, right? Start your journey at least today. Then you will see in about couple of days that you will have in a better position where you will start understanding the basics of all it. Start it today, and yeah, go ahead further.
Thank you
Yes,
so much. As a wrap up today's episode, one thing is clear that AI is not just technology shift, it's a governance shift too. By 2026, organization won't be judged only by how innovative their AI is, but how responsible their design, deploy, and managing it. This responsibility will not only sit with the data scientist alone, it will rest with AI GRC professional who can bridge technology, ethics, risk regulation, and business trust. If you are looking to future proof your career, this is the right time to build strong foundation in AI governance and risk. Understand real world AI use cases and their impacts, and the most important, align yourself with global framework like ISO and IEC 24001. ISO 24001 is important than a standards. It's a common language for responsible AI and a powerful career enable for professional who want to stay relevant in their AI driven world. Thank you for to all our listeners who are watching till the end, and see you all in the next episode. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is the number. If anybody wants to get in touch with us, you can call this number right away. Okay, this is our number. If you are interested in hands-on practical training, only then call us. Don't call us if you want to learn theory, right, Jayant? We have to be very clear on
very
that.
much. Yes, we
Yeah,
strictly
if
avoid
you,
the training. No PPT,
yeah,
no presentations. No.
if you want to go with the slides, no point calling this number. If you want to go with the practical hands-on approach, only then call this number, right? Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.